Do you love the song A Million Dreams from the movie The Greatest Showman? In this video, I'll give you a few tips so that you can learn how to play this awesome song on your cello. Hi, my name is Liz from Cellomoji.com, and I give you tips so that you can learn all of your favorite songs on your cello. In this video, I will give you a few tips on how you can master this song from the great movie, The Greatest Showman. There are definitely different versions of this song out there, including ones with various pop stars singing it, as well as just other artists on the internet. But in this video, I'm giving you tips to learn how to play the version from the original soundtrack. So I made a cover video where I was playing the music from the movie, but I was trying to stay true to the version that is off of the original soundtrack. So be sure to check that out. I've also linked the sheet music below, and keep in mind there are two versions of this song. So for those of you who are feeling comfortable in the more advanced positions, there is a version for you. But for those of you who may be a little bit on the beginner side or just don't feel super comfortable up high, I've also put an easier version of the sheet music as well. But keep in mind, always be sure to keep challenging yourself, because the more that you can stretch yourself out of the comfort zone, the better you will get at playing the cello. This song is written in the key of G major, so if you can play your 2-octave G major scale, it's going to be super, super helpful. But say you are just a beginner player and you're not really up to like the 2-octave scales yet, that's okay. You will have to learn how to play on the A string, the high E. But don't worry, it's not that much higher than first position, and with a little practice, you'll be able to find that high E. Alright, so here I'm going to show you how to play the high E. Now don't worry about it, it's really not that challenging. All you have to think about is, here I am on the A string here, and my 4th finger is on the D. Instead of my 4th finger, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my 2nd finger so that it falls on the D. And then I'm just going to put my 4th finger down, and that will be my high E. So keep in mind now, my 1st finger will be on a C sharp, my 2nd finger will be on a D, 3rd finger will be on a D sharp, and my 4th finger will be on the E. A few other tips when you're up here: make sure your elbow doesn't sink below and behind your cello. It is up here, so you're creating a straight line. And then also remember that you want to make sure that you are not touching the side or resting on the side of your cello, because that will definitely affect some of the intonation of your notes up there. There are a lot of 8th notes to quarter note beats in this song. So if the 8th note falls on the and of a beat, then I view that as what we call a pickup beat. I know that's probably not the formal term, but I call it the pickup beat all the same. So basically you are picking yourself up to land onto the strong beat of the next note. In this case, I think it's really helpful to have the bowing where it is going to be an up bow to a down bow. So the 8th note will fall on an up bow. If you don't know which direction is an up bow, just remember up bows always go to your left, and then down bows always goes to your right. So I would do the pickup note on an up bow, and then the strong beat will end up on a down bow. Now the exception is measure 61 and any other place where this may happen. In this case, the 8th note actually falls on strong beat 1. It's not on the and of a beat, it's actually on beat 1. And so in this case, I think it's actually a little bit easier to do it the opposite way. So you just do it as it comes. Down bow on the 8th note, up bow on the following note after that. So it's just sometimes good to analyze where these little beats are falling, because in general, it's usually easier for us to play on strong beats with a down bow and pickup beats with an up bow. Remember that we are kind of mimicking a vocal line when we're playing this. So if you can, try to keep your notes nice and long and lyrical and not too short and choppy, because that way we will really create a great resonance and a great tone to remind us of the great song that is coming from the movie. Before we go into other tips, if you are liking this tips video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, so you won't miss out on any other Cellomoji videos. Remember, if you see a slur, otherwise known as that kind of curved line that is connecting 2 notes, if you see a slur across 2 of the same note, remember that is a tie, so you're just holding one long note. Be sure that you are counting and that you're not approximating it, so that way you'll always line up with the song. However, also just remember, if that slur that you see is across two different notes, that just means that you are linking the two notes together in one bow. Another side note about long notes in this song is that if you can, try to make sure that when you are coming up on a long note that it is landing on a down bow. Usually that's a lot easier to sustain and to count that out rather than trying to do an up bow, where oftentimes we either run out of bow or we just feel a little bit jammed. The song is pretty repetitive with its sections, so make sure that you are learning these tiny little chunks, so that way when you see it in other parts of the song, you'll already know how to play it and you don't have to keep relearning the same rhythms and the same notes over and over again. I think it would be totally great if you could play alongside my cover video. I'll link that up above and also in the description box. But even if you didn't and you just played alongside with the original soundtrack, you will find that it'll be really fun just to hear what else is going on in the song. And you could even play alongside with the movie, because obviously we're using the original soundtrack, so it should be the version that you are getting from the movie. Question of the day: is there a movie tune that you would like to learn how to play? Be sure to leave me a comment below and I would love to check out what other songs you would like to learn. I hope that you found these tips super helpful, and be sure to check out the movie The Greatest Showman if you haven't already done so. And thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!